Hi, this is Skip from Kolena, and in this video I'm going to show how you can create an AI agent to handle creation of investment memos. What we're looking at here is the homepage for the Kolena agent platform. I'm just going to click Create New Agent, and the first thing we have to do is just give it instructions in natural language. What I want this agent to do is create and manage structured investment memorandum for potential investment opportunities and deals, just like the kind that would be reviewed by an investment committee. After we've given the agent those instructions, now all we have to do is upload a few files to show it the kinds of documents that we'll be working with, and then we'll proceed from there. For this demo, I'm going to go ahead and drop in some files from a JP Morgan Real Estate Income Trust opportunity. There's a set of various documents here. I'm just going to upload them. We can see that we've got them listed here. The platform supports many file types, most of the common document formats in addition to presentations, images, spreadsheets, even audio files. Go ahead and click Submit, and these files will become the initial files that the agent will use to understand our instructions. We can see over here the actual documents that I've uploaded include, for example, a fact sheet for this real estate income trust, as well as a large prospectus document, a very large 10K form, hundreds of pages long, some other forms. All this information together is what the agent will be able to use as context when we tell it what information we want it to extract. So to illustrate a simple extraction, I'm going to go ahead and have our agent tell me what is the name of the investment. And what happens when I click Create is that using its understanding of our objective here, what initial instructions we gave the agent, it knows that we're trying to create these investment memos. It's going to take this prompt in and it's going to actually rewrite that prompt so that it's best suited for interacting with the AI model underneath. You can see here that it's rewritten it here. What is the name of the investment or fund being described in the document? It knows what to look for. This obviously is going to be in many places throughout. Of course, the fact sheet will have a lot of the information that we're going to be looking for. And we'll see in just a moment when it finishes this extraction where it actually got that information from. There we go. It's finished the extraction. We can see here now that it's providing reasoning about how it came to this information. It looked at all of these documents, and it even provides citations. So each of these represents a specific document in the document set that we provided to it, and it even provides specific page numbers. So it gives us exactly where it sourced the information. That way you can trust the information that's being extracted here. We aren't limited to simple extractions. So what we can do now for the next one is extract a table of the key investment terms. And I'll have the Kolena agent platform rewrite this prompt, understanding the document set and the objective that we have established for this agent to create an investment term memo. And we can see here that it's decided to rewrite it as extract a table of key investment terms and their values, including things like minimum investment amounts, structure type, fees, liquidity terms, etc. That's exactly the kind of summary information that I want to start with my investment memo. So go ahead and click Create, and it'll start the extraction process. We can see now that it's finished the extraction. Let's see what it pulled out. We're getting things like legal structure, the minimum investment, things like fees, all kinds of information that we find relevant for our investment memo. And we can customize this as much as we like. If we want to include some other information in here, it's very easy to do. Of course, we have exactly where it pulled all this information from. We have the citations. If we want to click into any one of these pages to find exactly where it pulled this information from, we can verify all this information for ourselves. If we decide that we do want to change, for example, we can just say suggest improvement, where, for example, we want to include, and we can just use natural language here. I want this report to include year-to-date total return. And this I'm providing as feedback for the agent, which will now rewrite its own instructions. It will rewrite this prompt, incorporating this feedback so that it will change its instructions so that the table will now include year-to-date total return. You can see here that now the instructions include year-to-date total returns. I just click Update, and it'll rerun that now with our new instructions. Now, we can also do complex calculations in these extractions. The information doesn't have to be contained in the document. We're calling it an extraction, but we're also applying the intelligence of the agents as well. So for example, if we wanted to do a calculation such as calculating a performance summary for 2024, and in particular, I want that to be composed of the net asset value change plus distributions received. And now what we can do is leverage the intelligence of the agent to actually do some calculations and give us a calculated result. We can see here that it's rewritten the prompt here to intelligently understand what we're looking for, and we'll see the result that it comes up with in just a minute. Another thing we can do, if we have a particular form that we want to have our agent create, a particular format that we want, we can actually attach a file or even copy and paste in an example of what we want it to look like. So over here, I just have an example of a deal snapshot table that I would like to have in my investment memos, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that in here along with the structure that I'd like to have for that table, which looks like this, and I'm going to go ahead and have it create that for me. We can see here that it understood the instruction and it actually rewrote the prompt for itself to extract a table with these fields. It's going to have a table with these columns. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and have it go ahead and create that extraction. This way we're getting the exact format that we want in our report, which is being generated over here. I'll actually go ahead and show that report now. Here we are. This is the output view, the document that we're going to have our agent create. You can see here that these are the fields that we just told it to extract here, and we can download this as a PDF or a docx file, or print this or output this as a CSV file and put it wherever we have our investment memos. We can also show or hide the reasoning. So if we just want the outputs, we can see here the outputs that we've generated so far. It's still calculating that deal snapshot information. And since it's doing that, I'm actually going to jump over to a agent that I filled out a little bit earlier. You can see how fast it was to generate these fields. We can generate as many as we want. So just to accelerate forward and show just a more complete example now. Here these are the same files that I had before, but now I've got an executive summary where I've had it give me some highlights, some key risks and concerns, kind of a paragraph summary of everything that's in the document. There's that deal snapshot information. Here are the investment term details. I've created a return profile, which has things like the distribution rate and the total return, some information about redemption and liquidity terms, all kinds of information that the agent has automatically summarized for us. And it didn't take very long to set up this agent to do exactly what we want. And from now on, anytime we upload any new set of documents, just like this was a set of documents related to the JP Morgan REIT, if we upload a new set of documents related to a different REIT, it will actually run all the same type of extractions for us. And this is how we can automate the process of creating these memos. So I set this one up with my connections over here. I've integrated it with my data room, which is actually just a Google Drive folder, and I have it generate the outputted memos in another Google Drive folder. This is one of the many different types of sources you could have. You can also have this go through a lot of other integration types, not limited to those just here either. And so what will happen is anytime we upload new documents to this data room folder, it'll show up as a new run here. So here is the initial set of documents I had. I just dropped these into my Google Drive folder. They've just started processing automatically. We're going to be automatically extracting all of those columns, and it will automate the process of creating these memos. That makes these agents huge time savers and huge cost savers. This has been just one of the many types of agents that you can create with Kolena. Thanks for watching.